All right, there we go. Whatever you want to talk about, Matt. It don't matter to me. I can talk about any bullshit. Talk about Frankie Lee Boan in the shotgun shells up at the fucking lake, idiot. Lee, I know you'll be watching this and all. Can you put out the 911 call?
Yeah.
About this here white truck speeding up through there and shots being fired all over the place. I'd love to hear that because you say that it happened and everything, and I'm not saying you're lying or
He
nothing.
called in the FBI,
I'm just saying,
man.
Great day. Fibby came in, huh? Fibby.
They want me 6 feet deep, they want me under the dirt, don't wanna let me breathe. They want my mama to hurt, they might know my face, they might know my name, but they don't know my past, they never felt my pain.
Our little break is what do we want to discuss? You said that Ron DeSantis just had a press conference.
Yeah, a cool press conference. He says he's going to the directly to the Florida Supreme Court, alleging fraud from the vaccine companies.
Okay, but I thought they were immune from prosecution.
Well, I don't exactly know what. Once a fraud is committed, I think you're pretty much screwed.
Huh? Yeah.
You know,
If they can prove it, and he wouldn't have a big press conference unless he had some evidence, right?
His Surgeon General, Joseph Lapapo or something like that. Oh, the dude is off the chain.
Yeah.
He knows what's going on. Recently they said don't give we recommend you don't get the mRNA to kids under 18 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're really pushing. And the interviews I've seen with the guy,
Joseph Ladapo.
Yeah, Ladapo. He's a badass. And DeSantis is also saying that he's forming a committee of independent scientists and all to look over what the NIHD or whatever Fauci's organization is and the CDC and all these places, because of the lies that they told us and the trust that they have broken. We can't trust anything that they print on paper.
Yeah, that's true. I can't believe they're just now realizing that. I mean, he served in the military. He should know that.
The bullshit that happens.
Here's a little quick bio on Joseph A. Ladapo, born in 1978-79. Well, I must have been on New Year's Eve. Is an American physician who is the Surgeon General of Florida. After immigrating to the United States from Nigeria, he earned an MD and a PhD in health policy from Harvard University. He has served as a professor of medicine at New York University and the University of California, Los Angeles. He assumed office in September of 2021. I guess his age is kind of in question because he's born in Nigeria. Maybe they didn't keep good tracks of that stuff.
I don't know.
So they say he's either 43 or 44.
Yeah.
So he's my age. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Ladapo has promoted unproven treatments, opposed vaccine and mask mandates, questioned the safety of COVID-19 vaccines, and spread falsehoods about the pandemic, contradicting professional medical organization.
Doesn't he sound wonderful?
This is Wikipedia, folks, so it's open source. Take it for what it is.
Open source.
Anyway, yeah.
The guy's off the chain cool.
You got to be a pretty smart dude.
And he goes by the science. They don't, not Fauci science,
right? Not crony science.
Walensky science, not bought and paid for science.
Not Dr.
He goes by actual, scientific papers.
That's what I kept. That's why I say Fauci. He's our generation's Joseph Mengele.
Yeah, he's
experimenting on people.
He wins a gold medal when it comes to this.
Shit, man, he's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah,
I read that Bobby Kennedy Jr.'s book on your recommendation, and that is shocking. Some of the stuff that comes out about Fauci in there.
Yeah,
shocking.
Yeah. For decades now.
And then when you see how much influence this guy has had across multiple presidencies.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Since 1980, somewhere around in there.
I mean, gosh, dang, he was experimenting on AIDS babies with AIDS, like giving them AIDS, and letting them die.
Yeah, there's a whole cemetery full of them.
It's unbelievable, man. This guy's sick.
Yeah.
He is sick.
Yeah.
And then he said, Fauci said that anybody who believes that the Wuhan lab was an intentional leak is like the same people that say there's microchips in the vaccine.
He's flip-flopped so many damn times, every which way but loose. You know, the power that he used.
Well, here's the amazing thing. Before Elon Musk took over Twitter, this man was the most well-spoken, well-versed person to step in front of Congress about the vaccine and the pandemic and all this shit. Now stuff leaks out from Twitter, which is, you know, we all know this stuff has been leaked forever.
Shadow banned and all this.
And we all knew it.
Yeah.
Right. But now Elon Musk puts it out, and so they pull him back in front of Congress, and I think it was like 177 times he says, I don't recall, or I don't have that information right now. And so he's fully closed up, lawyered up. He knows what's coming.
I am very skeptical that anything will ever come of the Fauci.
Unless DeSantis gets elected president in 2024.
I still don't see it.
No?
I mean, he might get JFK if he opens a can of worms too big.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The coup, the American coup, took place a long time ago. We're just seeing they're beginning to take the mask off
I think
now.
the coup happened
And
back
it doesn't matter R&D.
No.
That's a Worldwide Wrestling Federation, that kind of thing. And what we're finding from the Twitter files now, and we knew for the shadow banning and the banning and
my account's still
and
suspended.
the whole nine yards.
Permanently suspended.
Yeah, well, even little dumbasses like us.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I had that account for like 2 months, and it gets suspended.
And they're in bed with the Marxists.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the Marxists are running the FBI.
They're running the military-industrial complex.
Yeah, they're everywhere. These are the baby boomers who grew up supposedly during the Red Scare but no, these are the academics who were in college who were getting indoctrinated by literal KGB agents who were teaching and indoctrinating.
It's the universities.
Yeah.
This is the way they infiltrated the universities, and now the universities are just plumb full
They're just
of Marxists,
like
straight
gremlins
Marxists.
after
And
midnight.
then the federal government comes in and the state governments come in and pump these funds to them.
We'll back the loans.
We'll back loans and all. We'll inflate
Charge
the
whatever you
budgets,
want. We'll
inflate the budgets, and everybody wants to be us.
Mm-hmm.
And these professors have got this holier-than-thou attitude. Now, they might be smart as hell, but they're smart as hell in a little place.
As long as you don't challenge them.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all their lies fall down when you challenge them. And that's what we're seeing now is the truth coming out and them crumbling before you.
Yeah, they have no...
They know these shots don't stop transmission, don't stop. They are not what they say they are.
Right.
And they know that, and people are starting to push back.
Well, we just had a
great day.
61-year-old NCAA football coach, Texas or Mississippi State, Mike Leach. He had some sort of cardiac event, I think on the sidelines of the game, but never recovered. He just died today, I think, this morning he died.
Oh, that's just a sudden death thing.
The first question I asked, was he vaxxed?
Climate change.
Yeah, and there is a movie out now called Died Suddenly.
Yeah, that's a really good documentary. It covers it in a what you can in an hour.
Like I've talked about this before, time and time again. When I was a firefighter EMT, I was up in Indian Land, South Carolina. Was where I worked in Lancaster County, and in our little town we had a Sun City neighborhood. You ever heard of them?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They got to be 52 or 55 and older or something like that.
Yeah, they got one up that Indian Land. They got one down in the Low
must have
Country.
been 2,000 houses in that place.
Yeah.
And when it wasn't the first vaccine, the first shots that came out, it was the booster shot. When the booster shot came out that month, we ran 60 stroke calls.
Great day.
In 1 month. When that came out, and these people were like, a lot of them, of course, old people have strokes. So we'll say the half, let's say 50% of those 60 calls, 30 calls in a month, people said, I don't know what happened. We were fine yesterday, and we just got we know it's not COVID because we got our vaccine and we got our boosters. And these people had lanyards on, and they had their vaccine cards laminated on their lanyards.
Huh.
And I was like, what is wrong with these people? And they're so indoctrinated to believe anything that the government tells them.
Well,
And
now
it's
that
this
these
one-
lives are coming out, we're seeing a significant drop
Oh, yeah.
in people getting these
Well, the
things.
military just dropped the vaccine mandate.
Yeah, but they're doing some tricky things. They're putting them in little boxes and not letting them, and not giving them rank, and not.
Sure.
They're going.
It's not mandatory, but you ain't going to
No,
get promoted.
but yeah, and you're going to mop the floor or do something.
Whatever, man.
You know.
Shit, you know what? If you're a E4 and you don't get the vaccine and they make you mop floors, you're making the same amount of money as another E4 who's out there with a rucksack on, suffering.
Yeah.
So get that money, man. You're getting paid the same. I always realize that, like, if I'm jumping out of airplanes and doing all this crazy shit that could get me killed, I was like, wait a second. There's an administrative clerk sitting in the hospital there making the same amount of money I'm making. And they just sit at a desk all day. I was like, this shit ain't right. Something's weird. Something's wrong with me.
That's why I always said if I was going in the military, I'd go in the Air Force.
Yeah.
And I knew I'd be behind the lines.
Oh, man. So what else is in the news, dude? We got local news. We got somebody announced that they're going to run for District 3 seat. That he works for.
That's the Ben Connell seat.
You know what they
for
meant? They said
everybody
he works for a
who
law
doesn't
firm.
keep up.
They said he works for a law firm in Kershaw County. He works for Ben Connell's law firm. I don't know why they wouldn't say that he didn't run
that's
for
his
the-
hand picked.
Yeah, yeah. But this guy served in the Marine Corps. He's you know, worked. Here's the other red flag that I saw. He served his time in the Marine Corps. Upon graduating high school, he served until obtaining an honorable discharge as a sergeant. After accepting a job as a defense contractor with General Dynamics. Red flag.
Yeah. As a contractor.
Yeah, he was a contractor.
What do you
with General Dynamics.
specialize for?
Well, it doesn't say, but it says as a young man in his early 20s, he managed a team of 5 contractors responsible for multi-million-dollar military projects. That could be anything. Who knows what that is?
Yeah, who knows? Be interesting.
And I don't know what time frame this is. I mean, the guy, it doesn't say what year he graduated high school, but he did grow up, fourth generation, Kershaw County, went to Blaney Elementary, lived off Elgin Middle, and people are going to vote for this dude. He's probably going to win, just based off of this article. They're going to read this article and be like, that's my guy, right there. But he went to night school, got his degree, became a lawyer.
Does he say anything about his positions?
Absolutely not.
Nothing.
No.
Just a bio.
Just as
Written by
Just a
himself.
bio written by himself, because you have to write these as a candidate. You have to write these.
Yeah.
You got the Wicked Witch of Bethune giving Julian Burns a plaque. Is he holding? Can you see this picture? Is he holding that thing with like a napkin or something so he doesn't touch it with his bare hands?
I think that's a piece of paper.
Or is it a piece of
that he
paper?
had
But
in
why
his
is he
hand.
using it to hold on to the frame?
Well,
of
he
that thing?
had it in his hand. He probably had to read something to somebody or something.
Very strange looking, though. We can call it a napkin, though, or a
Julie
sanitary
Burns.
napkin to hold the frame.
The last days of the Burns, I don't even know what to call it. Tax and spend,
Reign of terror.
swamp.
It wasn't that bad, but he did spend a shit ton of money while he was in there. That's for sure.
Have you seen the beautiful swamp in Lugo? The swamp park?
I've been-
They got it down there decorated for Merry Christmas, you know?
Yeah.
And like businesses put the little thing all the way around it and everything, you know? And what's it called? Honey bucket.
Right next to the Johnny on the
well, they
spot.
got a
Frank
tree
Ravens.
down there with little honey buckets on it. You know, the porta potties.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what somebody told me.
And
Anyway,
poop.
I haven't been down there.
Go down there.
Little poops. Frank Raven.
Yeah, Frank Raven.
Oh, okay.
FJ Raven.
I'm not up to date on my malaria shots, so I don't go down there.
Hey, you know, they're going to make. They've done everything they can to promote that park and justify it. When they got all these parks everywhere, they could have done the same thing where at another park. West Wateree would have been a good one to do it at.
Right.
But they have to justify this because it was such a boondoggle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's just a concrete walkway that goes in a circle. Somebody said something about Riverwalk, and I was like, "What the hell is a Riverwalk? Where's this at?"
That's
Down
what
in Columbia?
That's what they're planning.
That thing ain't even near the river. I mean, when you walk around it, you can't see the river. But whatever, man. I think we could. Hopefully, when the new council, we could sell that property. That'd be cool.
Well, and then you got the Ben Connell YMCA project.
Yeah, that's very
That's
important.
still going to be pushed.
Yeah.
Russell Brazel loves it.
Brant Thomason.
Brant loves it.
Well, Brant, they want to do the big baseball complex in Camden, the $14 million baseball complex in the center of Camden, where the rec center is now.
Yeah. Well, that's they're all interconnected.
Can you imagine?
Well, look at all the baseball fields we got now.
I know.
And
they're just
every
empty.
time I go by there,
I've never
I don't see baseball people.
Well, I see kids playing soccer on.
Every now and then.
Yeah.
I mean, and we got plenty of soccer fields. We got all this kind of
Well,
stuff
we have that West Wateree complex.
that's still not finished.
That's still not finished. They've had the tennis courts are
See,
destroyed.
it's just like that sewer thing.
Mhm.
If they can get their foot, like
Yeah.
buy a piece of property and then do just a little bit,
Yeah.
they can move on and buy another piece of property and buy another piece, and nothing ever gets done. But they keep expanding and expanding and expanding
Exactly.
into this socialist horror show. It's going to be just like the damn Soviet Union when it collapsed.
Yeah.
They had beautiful swimming pools and all kinds of
State of
shit
the
like
art.
that. They just couldn't maintain them anymore.
Right. And this is what happened with the West Wateree complex. The concession stands are condemned, mold everywhere. The playground equipment is dangerous for kids to run on. I've heard from other parents. The tennis court looks like damn that earthquake that hit Oakland back in the day.
Well-
And there's no lights up.
What's
You
the
can't-
moral of the story? You give a monopoly on violence in order to steal, to do good things. You give them that kind of power, and you're going to end up with something that costs too much and bad service. In
And-
other words,
and you know
dilapidated shit.
Your quiet mouth, your lack of paying attention, your complacency.
We're all guilty
gives
of it.
them-
We're all guilty
We are,
of it.
yeah. But that gives them their mandate to go ahead with what they're like, well, nobody's complaining about it, so let's do it again. Let's keep going. And then when somebody does speak out about it years later, they're shocked. Like, oh my God, how could this guy be raising his voice about the money we're stealing out of his paycheck? This is crazy.
Yeah. It's like when we talked about the sheriff getting $35,000 paycheck.
Right.
Pay increase, people are like, well, it's Assembly
deserves
line,
it.
he deserves it.
What do other sheriffs get paid?
you know.
Who gives a shit what other sheriffs get paid?
They don't even consider what is actually going on.
They don't even care
They,
where
they
that money
think
comes
that
from.
money comes from, and then like when the city of Camden raises the electrical bills up to enormous, they scream and holler and everything.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, I used to be that way too. But that's been a long time. But I remember that I was dumb as hell. I was too busy building houses and raising youngins that I didn't pay attention either.
Same.
And
struggling.
I am very, very sad that I did.
Yeah, we could have got a hold of this a little bit sooner. What else is going on? Oh, we had shots fired at the dam.
Shots fired at the hydroelectric.
Front page of the Chronicle Independent. On Lee Boan's, he put a video up. He was on the scene.
On the scene.
He was there
the next day,
in
but
control.
on the scene.
He is under control. He said, "This is where we found these shells on the ground." Okay, you could walk 20 feet in any direction in Kershaw County and find spent shell casings, right?
Well, up there at the Wateree Dam, anybody around here that's ever gone fishing up there or anything else knows that road down through there, if you hadn't seen a deer in there, you ain't been there more than once.
Yeah.
I mean, and
So somebody basically just drove up.
rednecks around here consider sometimes salt and pepper more than important than law.
Absolutely.
and they take one at night.
Sure.
And that's what happened 4:30, between 4:30 and 5:30 or something like that. You know,
So
it
they
was dark.
They were basically trying to draw a comparison to the substation attacks, which supposedly attacks, I don't know, in North Carolina. They're saying there's no correlation. The dam wasn't shot at or damaged. The dam is so far away from where them.
Let me, Lee, I know you'll be watching this and all. Can you put out the 911 call
Yeah.
about this here white truck speeding up through there and shots being fired all over the place? I'd love to hear that, because you say that it happened and everything,
Yeah.
and I you know, I'm not saying you're lying or
He
nothing.
called in the
I'm
FBI,
just saying,
man.
Oh, great day.
Called in
Fibby
the
came in,
FBI
huh?
to
Fibby.
investigate.
That's what I call them now, Fibby,
Fibbies.
not the FBI, because they fibby about everything. You get them to come investigate, they're going to cover up all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
I have no confidence in the police,
No.
the FBI, the CIA.
No.
I have no confidence. I vote no confidence.
No.
I didn't
And if you
vote for
work for
any
those
of these
organizations
clowns
and you have
because
a
I have
soul,
no confidence.
If you work for those organizations and you have a soul, you need to leave. That's why I left the Army, man, because my conscience wouldn't let me do it anymore.
Looking the other way is no option anymore.
Yeah, can't do it.
We've looked the other way for decade after decade after decade and let them teach our youngins Marxism and dumb us down and obedience to the state and let them grow this bureaucracy and this surveillance state and write these damn crazy ass scribbles on pieces of paper that nobody can understand unless you got a degree.
Right. And not even a degree. You have to have a team of lawyers with degrees to put that shit together. That's why there's always 5 of them, you know, working with a senator or a congressman. They have a whole team of lawyers putting that crap together.
Yeah. It's just like this thing with the sewer thing. When you have to go before the people get a vote
Right.
and a referendum. And as soon as you get a referendum, you can do whatever the hell you
That would
want.
be a good
So
question.
if they started a sewer company, let's say today, for $4 million,
Yeah.
and then next year, after you said yes, next year they say, well, we're going to expand this to $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get. You,
don't
have
something
no
you can't say
voice.
anything about.
None.
And you can go up there and shout all you want at the county council, but they're going to be shuffling their papers or taking notes on something else or looking on their phones or yawning. And they don't give a shit what you say. Just as long as you don't say any dirty words. Don't say any dirty words.
Don't say steal. I'm telling you,
shut
don't
this
say
down, and I'll
steal.
have the sheriff drag you out of here if you say anything offensive.
What was it? That damn. I can't say.
Damn.
I can't say damn. You can't say shit.
Can't say
You
steal,
can't say
say
steal.
thieves. You can't say.
Thieves. Yeah, thieves.
Oh, man.
You know, let's talk about solutions.
All right.
Let's talk about this new council coming in
Yeah.
and the changes that we would like to see. In other words, a wish list.
Okay.
I'll start out. I would like to see a monthly meeting of a town hall style where the county councilmen are subjected to question and answers.
Mm-hmm. That would be nice.
I agree of a civil nature.
Yeah, one microphone, step up to the microphone, ask your question to whoever it pertains to, can step up
And one
answer.
follow-up.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. That'd be
Well,
great.
something like that.
Yeah.
I would also like to see the budget process. Right now, it's divided into 2 sections,
Mm-hmm.
and it needs to be
It
combined.
needs to be one. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I believe that's what they're going to work on.
And I believe
But
that the
I want
first
policy.
reading of the budget
Mhm.
needs to have 95% of everything in there.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's really
And it
no
needs
excuse.
to be a couple of months ahead of time.
There's no excuse for it not to be complete before
Yeah.
the first reading.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no excuse. Unless you're trying to sneak something in at the last minute. All right. I would like to see more oversight on the sheriff's budget. I know that the sheriff is the chief law enforcement officer of the county, that he's pretty much the most powerful man in the county. He's kind of untouchable. The county council can't tell the sheriff what to do,
Yeah.
but they do hold the purse strings. So I would like more oversight and transparency into the sheriff's budget.
I agree. I think that in that budget that the county council is going to pass, that the sheriff's budget's going to be in there.
And you know what?
And
For
it needs
all
to be
departments.
detailed.
Yeah, details in all departments. So like when he puts $65,000 for cell phones,
And it needs to be accessible online
Show me where
in a
you're spending-
searchable tool.
show me
because
I
they
would
do
say,
these
Sheriff,
crazy
show me where
things.
you spend $65,000 on cell phones. I want to see that bill.
Yeah.
You know, and what is it? What is your vehicle replacement cost? I want to see a cancellation of the take-home vehicles. I don't want deputies driving their vehicles home and using them to go to the gym.
You want
or
to
the
take
grocery
away
store.
that French benefit.
Yes, because how much wear and usage, wear and tear on the vehicles is that?
How much
How much
fuel,
it cost us in fuel?
insurance,
I
is
think
the
that would be a
insurance
big
any
savings.
different?
Like, I drove by the Planet Fitness the other day and saw the sheriff's department pickup truck out front, and I asked the question: are you working out on duty, or are you just using your county vehicle for personal use? Now, in the military, if I'm using a military vehicle off post, right, I sign it out and I need to go off post to do something. If I'm supposed to go from A to B, then B back to A. The only stops would be for food and gas, right? But let's say, oh man, I want to go check out this store and get some jeans. I'm out here anyway. I'm going to drive over to the mall and park, and I'm going to go in and get some jeans and a shirt. And when I get done here, I'm going to go over to the Best Buy and I'm going to look at a TV, buy a TV, load it up in the car, take it to my barracks, drop the TV off, and then return the car. Your ass is going to get slammed for fraud, waste, and abuse.
All right.
And you might go to spend a couple days in the jail. Like you're going to get
with your
busted
new
down.
bridges.
Shoot, man. They will not play with that. And so, to me, this is fraud, waste, and abuse. Whether it's fraud, waste, or abuse.
They would say it creates safety because of their presence
Okay.
around.
Statistically, the most violent people in this county are riding around in those damn sheriff's vehicles.
Yeah, pretty
All
much.
right? And so,
The
what's
most
safe?
costly, anyway.
What's safe? That brings up another thing. At this meeting, there was supposed to be a top secret meeting behind closed doors about a lawsuit that they're going to settle.
Yeah.
We don't have any
Yeah.
idea what it's about or how much, what the money.
We don't know anything at all
And
about
you
it.
won't know until you FOIA, unless you FOIA it.
And that'll be after the decision. It'll be. We have no. This is another thing that
I would like to.
I have my pet peeve about it. These executive sessions.
Yeah.
They claim that they have to do it to protect the government.
Right. But the
Right.
government is the people.
And Ken DeBose
Mhm.
is the representative of the county
Yes.
as a corporation.
Protecting our-
The county is a corporation.
Yes.
And so the people are a threat to the corporation. That's why any FOIAs end up coming through Tommy Morgan
Yeah.
and
Pope law firm.
yeah, another law firm, and that's why it's so hard to pull the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And these executive sessions, I think, need to be recorded, video recorded.
Yeah, at least recorded.
At least recorded for later,
Documented. Yeah.
for later
Because right
use.
now there is no. If I tried
And
to
set
FOIA
set a date, set a sunshine.
yeah, and then it becomes public.
Yeah, 60 days.
Yeah, sure.
10 years. I don't know. Or just like JFK, you just seal them up and then Trump promises.
Yeah, you get promises. I think another thing I'd like to see, like you said, the executive session transparency would be great. I think that what worries me about this new county council coming in is they're seeming to be hell bent on parks and recreation,
They are.
and that to me is just
It sells.
right. They're saying
That-
there's going to be revenue generated and all.
It's for the
Like,
kids.
there's no way you're going to make enough money to
No.
not even sustain that. You're going to end up taking from the people to mow the grass and to put fertilizer down, keep the fields up, and put lights up, change light bulbs.
It'll be a lot like that practice field up there in Indian Land or wherever the hell it is up there at Charlotte, the Carolina Panthers were supposed to do
Just
and
a
everything.
skeleton sitting there.
Yeah, it'd be a bunch of bullshit like that.
Right.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because if times get worse and the dollar, a value of the dollar continues to go down and everything, those things are going to be dilapidated.
Yeah. The first thing they're going to do is fire the groundskeepers because,
You eat from the bottom.
Payroll is the most expensive thing for a company. So the first thing they're going to do is try to eliminate some.
And the
some
mafia,
fat off
the
payroll.
mafia knows that they can't take but a certain amount
Yeah.
before the people will not take it anymore.
Oh, yeah, they're-
And you're right around there
We're
right
getting
now.
there.
You know,
Yeah.
and the pressure because of the price of eggs at Food Line's going up.
Yeah.
Is pinching even harder.
Wait till people-
And the hamburger meal. Remember the hamburger meal when
Yeah,
Julie
it's just a
Burns said
hamburger
it's
meal.
only a hamburger meal.
Right. That's
You know,
$12 now.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've been listening to some podcasts on the Civil War and like how the Civil War actually got started. That there was this undertone of people just saying, "Hey, man, just leave me the hell alone." And even Maryland, up there in Maryland, Baltimore, they were nobody. They thought the federal government. There was no federal government. It was just like this little thing. But then it's expanding. It's growing. You had the Indian Removal Act, where they took all of these Native Americans out of North Georgia and Florida and put them all in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And the territories are out there, right?
The Trail of Tears with
and people
Andrew
were
Jackson
like,
and all.
what in the hell are we doing here, right? So
The government was
Definitely.
always meant to grow.
Yeah.
The Constitution was a con job.
yeah, I mean,
We've been
here's what I'm
sold
gonna
a
say,
fairy
the
tale.
undertones of the rumblings that led up to the Civil War. Now, obviously, slavery was a big part of it, but there was other economic problems.
Yeah,
as
there was
well.
a multitude of
But,
problems.
The feelings, the general feelings in the populace of what they're talking about, that these people were ready to fight. They were sick of it. They were fed up.
Yeah,
sick
it's
of
been
shit.
ongoing for well over about 20
A
years.
generation.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
it's been going on for about 20 years
and,
leading up to it.
When you look into society today and you go on social media or you just walk down the streets, people are angry, man. They're just plain angry.
And they got us divided in
Yeah.
anger.
And the
You know,
tribes, everybody's
yeah.
tribed up. Everybody's got their own
Yeah.
little. Are you like let's say this for instance. I get called a liberal on Facebook all the time, but then liberals will turn around and call me a Nazi. Because they can't understand, they can't comprehend the fact that I am not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat. I am a classic liberal, which is something that people can't even fathom being today. I'm more of an anarchist than anything.
I are an anarchist,
I'm in the
which
gray.
means basically no rulers.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean no rules.
It doesn't mean chaos. If you look at
Yeah,
the dictionary,
yeah.
it would say chaos and looting.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No.
They want to tie us to
They wanna make us
the
look
guy
bad.
with the black hoods and
Right.
throwing bricks
Oh,
and
you
all
mean
that kind
Antifa?
of stuff. Well, there are anarchists like
Sure,
that are basically communists, anarchists.
And they're
Uh.
usually about 25% FBI agents there to rile them up.
Well,
and
yeah,
do
you
shit.
you have that all through all of society.
Right. But yes, there are some anarcho-communists, they call them, and which is unbelievable to me that the people could be so stupid to put the two together. Anarchy and communism. But anyway, they're violent Marxists.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
Well, I used to say, if we could get back to the very beginning of the Constitution. Let's say we're sitting outside the place in Philadelphia,
Right. You're filling up the inkwells.
and they come out and Benjamin says, I gave you a
Okay. republic
republic if you can keep it. he knew.
Oh, yeah.
He knew. But anyway, if we could get just back to that, I would. Everybody be happy. Our side, if you want, would be happy, and I'd still be pushing to get rid of that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the Articles of Confederation is the one step that I would take behind that, because that gave us at least a fighting chance with the states, and we would be a loose confederation at that time.
Right.
We could decide if California was invaded by the Chinese or whatever, South Carolina could vote to go help them, or a bunch of us get together and drive across country and help them, or not,
Right.
or not.
Exactly.
It would be for us to decide. Just like right now, the war in Ukraine, the states would decide whether they were going to go over there and kill Russians,
Right.
or send whatever, and the people could decide yay or nay.
But now it's just by fiat.
It's
We've
just
decided we're going to send them
yeah,
billions
yeah.
of dollars, launder
Yeah.
billions of dollars.
Your vote on the national level means shit.
Doesn't mean a
Mostly on the state level, it means
Doesn't
shit.
mean a thing.
It might mean something on a local election, but I'm even to the point now, because the people are so ignorant
Yes.
that it
the
makes
point?
no difference.
Yeah.
It-
I've decided that I'm not going to give my endorsement of any person ever again.
Yeah.
Never will I say, "Hey, this is a good guy. You should vote for him." I'm never going to do that again.
I can't find anybody that would represent me.
No, no.
I can't
Just
find
me.
anybody.
Yeah, only me. That's the only one I can decide.
Yeah.
And you know,
And if you leave me alone,
you won't have a problem.
I have no problem. I have no problem if you want to dress like a man or dress
Don't
like a
give a
woman
shit.
and a woman and a trans and this and that.
Literally
I don't
could
even
not care
care
less.
if you want to have a war over in
I
Ukraine.
don't care. Yeah.
Go have your damn war all you want and everything. Leave me the hell alone.
Yeah.
But don't come and mess with me and throw a gun up in my face and say, you're going to pay for this YMCA and the swamp park, and this big business wants to come in here, and you got to pay for all the infrastructure around it and everything. And that's what this clown show, this group of 7 sorry-ass, power-hungry do-gooders is doing.
Yeah. So, with the new council coming in, how long do you give them?
6 months.
6 months. I hope they're listening. If you go 7 months, we'll be surprised.
Yeah.
We'll be pleasantly
The
surprised.
budget. That's what will tell everything that you need to know about the next.
Well, I'm hearing
4 years.
I'm hearing a lot of rumblings like the new council is going to overturn a bunch of stuff that the old council did. That's costing us a shit ton of money.
How about
Okay, we'll
how
see.
about overturn the resolution
Yeah.
that they passed that said everybody, you need to wear a mask and you need to get these shots and we recommend these shots and great goodness. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? You shot taking live believing people.
You think Julie Burns actually got the shot, or you think he knew though?
Oh yeah, that dumbass got it.
You think so?
Hell yeah, everybody up there got it.
You think one of his buddies said, "Hey man, just sit this one out"?
No. If I was the machine, I'd have got him the shot as soon as possible, and I'd have got him the
Step in
right
line,
lot.
son.
I'd have got him the right lot
he's got
if
the
you
one that-
know what I mean.
True. The one that, the not the clot lot.
Hey, it's a lot cheaper to knock them off now
Yeah.
than it is to
Starving
pay
them
all
to
this
death.
retarded pay.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think? So we're already seeing higher prices at the grocery store, right? Through inflation, but we're also starting to see some scarcity.
Yeah, go in Dollar General.
Baby formula.
Go in Dollar General and look at the pharmaceuticals or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
cough medicine and all that kind of stuff like that. Josephine's hair ditter stuff, that stuff's out of there.
They're gonna, I think
Chocolate milk. Y'all, the Food Line in Lugoff needs to get a contract with the brown cows.
Yeah.
I've got lately I've got this addiction to brown cow milk. I know that that's probably not politically correct, but Food Line very rarely has brown cow milk.
Really?
Yeah, it's the strangest thing. I can go to
Have
LG
you,
and IGA and all
have
and
you
get
tried
brown cow milk.
Have you tried strawberry milk?
That just doesn't even
pink
sound
cows?
good. I don't
I'm
like.
telling you right now, get that Fairlife strawberry milk. Man. And the Fairlife
I want some
chocolate
real milk. That's what I
Raw
don't know
milk.
that. Yeah, raw milk.
milk. Yeah, I know. I got a supplier. If I'll hook you up.
Yeah, I want to.
I'm
I've
not
never
gonna say
tried.
public, 'cause I don't want the
When I
feds
was a little
coming.
kid, I
Yeah.
tried some out of the udder. If you
Yeah.
know what I mean, from under the hood. If you, but I don't remember it. And you know, my research into raw milk's good for you. Oh, great guns.
Yeah, I think as a human, we probably shouldn't be drinking cow's milk
No.
in the first place. But if you're gonna drink it, you drink it raw.
Yeah, I've never been a milk drinker anyway. But
I
of
was
late,
telling,
of late.
the beautiful wife, I can't remember the last time I had just a glass of milk. I've drinking chocolate milk. I drink chocolate milk.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do like the
That makes
Nestle
the
chocolate.
nastiness of milk go down.
It's just like
you know,
eating
put some chocolate in it.
But rarely. And I can't remember the last time I had a glass of whole milk.
Yeah. Oh, Russell, I know you're out on your trip and everything. Get you a big old Yeti cup full
Yeah,
of
nice
hot
chocolate.
cocoa
Put
and
some-
watch the
Put a
snowstorm.
candy cane in it.
And don't travel. It is hazardous. I don't want to lose you.
That weather
I
looks
love
bad
you.
up there. I've been tracking the weather out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna get dicey tonight. It's rain and sleet all day today. Then it's gonna drop below freezing tonight, and it ain't gonna get above freezing till Saturday.
Oh man,
More snow
Russell,
tomorrow.
do not travel, my friend. I love you too much to lose you. I don't want to lose you and all. You need to stay to at least
Yeah.
Saturday.
And don't be scared to answer your text messages, man. You gave me your cell phone number. I text you, and you don't respond. Hurts my feelings.
I bet the ducks are flying, huh? The ducks are flying in the
We're
snow.
trying to escape
you know?
Canada.
Can you imagine a 60-mile-an-hour snowstorm blowing through and trying to hit one of them ducks?
Nah, I don't think it's gonna
Good
happen.
God.
Just stay in the lodge, man. Stay in the cabin.
They'd be running at 250 mile an hour.
Yeah. Oh, man. What else is going on, dude?
What else?
We're coming up on just past 40 minutes. So
We passed the I think
No more
the
commercials. We're not doing
NDAA went off, huh?
We're not doing commercials anymore. The only sponsor that is worth a damn now. No, our other sponsor. We're super thankful for those guys, Gus Philpott and the Swamp Log Artisans Gallery. Thank you for sponsoring us. But our only sponsor now is the Cassett Store, the best place to get pizza in all of Cassett. Number one, hands down, not even a competition. Ask for Aislinn. Tell them you heard about it here on the podcast, and she'll give you something a little extra on the pizza for it, courtesy of Vote Matt. But none of you Camden Knights, don't be coming up here for pizza. You eat that shithole.
Yeah,
Camden House of
you have to
Pizza.
show your ID.
Yeah, you got to show your ID at the border. Come up here to the free state of Cassett.
Your real ID.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hear where the TSA? TSA is going to start doing facial scans.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And this is not by Congress and all. This is administrated. They've decided they're going to start doing that. So all you travelers that like to get felt up and everything and blowed up your skirts and everything else, you now get biometrics.
I
So-
saw a damn video in a convenience store of the glass front cases with the Coca-Colas and stuff in it. Now it has you can't look through it. You have to. There's two cameras up there. One is like a laser that it scans. It's a face scanner, and the other one's an actual camera. Right next to both of those is an electrical lock that can lock it. You can't open the case. So it's basically watching how you select which one you select, which product you pull in. Whether you change your mind or not, what your demographics are,
Yeah.
your age, all that sort of stuff.
Data is the new gold.
But the next step you're going to have is just like China, where you go and it scans your face and said, "Oh no, you said something against the Rona, so block. You can't have soda today."
Yeah. The
But we have to
Fed
deduct
running
15 bucks.
the central bank digital
Mhm.
currency.
Yeah, the digital currency.
That's part of this social credit system
You
and
think-
all. If they get that,
That's why they want you to elect.
if they get that,
too, man.
freedom dies
It's
forever.
done.
Dies forever.
Yeah, the electric cars. They want to be able to turn your car off or not let you you can't go to work today because you said something nasty on Facebook, and they just shut
Well,
it off.
look at
the people
your
think Elon
gas
Musk is
powered.
the damn
Look at your gas powered fossil fuel.
Oh, they can
powered.
turn them things
Yeah,
off too.
yeah. So
if you have the OnStar or any sort of SOS little thing up in your, little button you push for roadside assistance. That just turn your car off. Or they can push the
also,
accelerator
the
and
Biden
drive down the
administration.
floor.
straight to the
Yeah, they can push the accelerator to the floor and turn your brakes off too. If you
Also, the Biden administration is, after the ESG score and all our carbon footprint and all them goals and everything. And so, in order to meet that, now there's I can't remember what car manufacturer it is moving their electrical vehicle plant to Mexico, and 1,300 and some odd people got pink slips.
Oh God!
And because
Yeah.
then that lowers their allotment of carbon,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And it pushes it down to Mexico, and so
Yeah,
Mexico.
because every business has
you
a
know.
carbon credit, and so it's basically like.
And they're gonna
credit
have a
card,
market
you use a certain
for it.
amount of Oh yeah.
Al Gore put in the market for it in Chicago
Oh, so you
decades ago
So you
when
can
he was
invest
with
in carbon
the
credits
Clinton administration, and they trade in carbon credits.
oh yeah, businesses do
Yeah,
I know 100% for a fact that manufacturers who are drop below that will sell their carbon credits to other businesses so they can go over the limit.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, man. That's actually a source of income for some companies because they're not going to use. They know they're efficient enough. They're not going to use their 25 points. So
Yeah.
They only use. We know we're only going to use 15. So these 10 credits are up for bid. The highest bidder. Who needs them? Who wants them?
That's right. That's right.
And they sell them, and make good money off of it.
And we'll be stuck, eating bugs and everything,
Yeah.
and we'll look up, and one of them private jets will go over the top of us because, they got to save the climate and travel
Sure,
and all
absolutely.
that kind of stuff, And, they got to eat healthy and everything, so they'll eat a little
It's important
ribeye
that they live
steak
for a
or
long
something.
time. They gotta.
Yeah.
They don't eat no ribeye steak, man. Those fools eat that nasty piece of meat called filet mignon.
Fillet mignon.
Disgusting. That's like the worst cut of meat on the damn cow. The damn fools eating that shit. All right, Jeffy, let's wrap it up. This is the new face, the new show. We'll try to. What do you think? We can do it once a week? Nah,
That's what you want.
Once
That's
a
what
week.
we'll do.
more if needed. We're coming to you from the undisclosed location deep in the heart of Kershaw County. Make sure you go onto YouTube, check out our Kershaw County Liberty Project, Kershaw County Freedom Project, whatever we're going to call it. We'll figure it out. We'll have a few beers. and talk about it.
We might just make us a home on Rumble.
There you go.
Rumble will let us speak freely,
Yeah.
where
I think
YouTube won't.
Yeah.
And,
Odyssey's too hard to use, man. I've been messing with the Odyssey, and I'm like, something's a little off about it. I don't know. It's
It
clunky.
takes you Rumble takes you a little bit to get used to
Yeah.
too. There's some features that I don't like about it. There's features of Odyssey I don't
Yeah.
particularly like. There's
Well,
same thing with YouTube though.
I think it's going to be
you know.
important to be diversified in how you can find the show because you never know, one might get shut down one day.
Yeah.
So, if you like it, let us know. If you hate it, let me know. You can reach me at votemappodcast@gmail.com. Also, I'm out and about all the time. If you see me out there, say hi. Don't just look at me and whisper and look at me out of the corner of your eye. Yeah, I'm a nice dude. You can say hi to me. You can buy me a beer. No beer on this show, and I think we kept the cuss words to a very minimum. Not drinking.
Even if you're wearing a mask and you've got 5
whatever,
boosters,
man.
yeah, I don't care.
If you need a hug, I'll give you a hug. I'm a friendly dude.
I don't hug these fully vaxxed. They might transmit something if you know what I mean.
All right, folks. I don't know if we should. Let's continue the tradition. Open your minds. Don't trust the government. And don't forget that Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Bye.